Walter, we're gonna mount this Nikon scope on this 870 turkey gun. And we're gonna have to mount this base up here first, and then we're gonna put the scope in the base and adjust our eye relief, get the reticle level, all of that. First thing we're gonna have to do though is we're gonna take these filler screws out. Now we won't use these screws again, so you don't actually have to keep them. I always do, but these won't be used anymore in the scope mounting process.
And those screws that you're taking out are handy to keep because sometimes you may change the configuration. You like to plug.
Yeah, and you put them back in, and that way it won't let dirt get down inside the shotgun. Now on this particular base, they supplied 4 screws, and one screw is a little bit longer. You see that, Walter?
I see that.
We got 4 holes here, and we know this barrel's going to come into this point here, so we know the long screw goes in the back.
Got it.
Now if you don't mind, Walter, I want you to put the block tight on here for me. I'm going to hand you the screws. And then the first process is I'm going to put the base on very lightly, just finger tight. I like to put it on finger tight first because, see, I've got a little bit of play in there in case one of the holes is a little bit hard to line up.
Oh yeah.
Just makes it a little bit easier to line up all these holes.
Good thinking.
And we want to make sure we use all 4 screws because the shotgun, you know, takes pretty good beating from a recoil, so we want to make sure we put all these screws in there, and then we're going to torque them down to 30 inch-pounds.
That's the manufacturer's recommendation.
That is. I'm going to take the screwdriver first and get them all snug. Then we're going to use our fat wrench, our torque wrench. You see that scale there, Walter?
I see that.
I'm going to bring it to the 30-pound mark, 30 inch-pounds.
So each screw won't be over torqued in it, but they'll be torqued in a uniform poundage.
Correct. See, hear that click? I'm there.
So that's 30 foot-pounds.
30 inch-pounds.
30 inch-pounds.
There we go.
Thank you.
Now the base is ready. And Walter, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to loosen these screws on these rings, and then we're going to select these slots in this base
For the eye relief.
for the eye relief. Now we know that this is a standard size shotgun, and I feel like we're going to have this thing all the way to the back, so we can get the scope as far back to our eye as we can.
Now this scope's made specifically for shotguns with a long eye relief.
That is, it is a shotgun scope. It's a low power scope. They're typically, you know, anywhere from 2 to 7, or this particular one is a 1.5 to 4.5 power scope.
That's a Nikon.
That's a Nikon Monarch.